Should we get up and go make coffee? I think so. Good morning and happy July from the tiny home. Pardon my voice. It's been pretty warm and I get allergies at this time of year, especially in the morning. You guys probably remember it from this time last year. But what's a little bit different about this time this year is Milo and I are not on the road trying to escape the fireworks. Milo's getting older, my sweet man. We're starting to do those conversations, those over the rainbow bridge conversations. Not because we're rushing anything, but because we want to be able to say everything that needs to be said, everything that can be said, everything that wants to be heard and can be heard while he's still in the physical body. He's become my best friend and companion. When Declan left for college, it broke both of our hearts to depths I don't think either one of us even realized. In fact, for the last year, I've really been facing the empty nesting stuff and honoring it. Milo was Declan's companion. He was his dog, and he slept with him every night, paddled with him every evening, and went along with Declan and his friends. So that dynamic and that relationship morphed and changed over the last 3.5, 4 years. What's happened is something so beautiful, a connection I've never had with an animal, conversations so deep and so profound, so beautiful. I call him my guru. He reminds me to be still. He reminds me to go within or go without. He reminds me to get out into nature, to ground, to connect, to do all the beautiful things. He's sleeping more. I don't know if you just heard him take a big snore, but now we just make it about making the best quality of the life he has left. I no longer count the snacks in the day, or even if he has an extra little meal. I just am letting him live his best life. Right, Bubba? I know. When he wants to bark at the deer out front like he is right now, or the squirrels that come up looking for nuts, or even my sweet hummingbirds in the window, I just chuckle and let him do what he wants to do. He pops up in most of my videos in some capacity, and he ends up pretty much on every Zoom call I have with a client. And he has a following just like Doodlebug once did, our cat. I don't look forward to his passing. None of us do. But living this lifestyle of tiny living has allowed us to really be truly close. Not only in the quarters, because you can see how small our space is, but just in the connection. It's truly so deeply heart-centered and open. He's taught me so much about softening in this space. Today I posted about sabotaging in love. He's taught me about that as well. Living with unwavering faith, leaving everything in God's hands. God, the energy that we all are, not the man that we think or thought once was. What do you think, Milo? Is it going to be a nice day? It sure looks like it. Hot coffee. Mama's got hot coffee. What do you think about hot coffee? What do you think about the hot coffee, Bubba? What do you think about the hot coffee? Good morning. Good morning. How did you sleep? Did you sleep good? Did you sleep so good? This diverse, boundless energy that we all are, that's what we are. He and I are a part of that, as are you. So here we are, going into it must be our 4th summer. And yes, we're still in the tiny home, 25 by 8 feet. We spend as much time out in nature as we can, and we're always doing something. I feel grateful to have had this time, to have healed empty nesting, to have gotten to really connect with my pup in a way that probably wouldn't have happened in the old big suburban house. When you scale down and you get back to what really matters, it's so minimal. It really is, you guys. I enjoy making the cup of coffee in the morning. I enjoy talking to Milo as I do it. I enjoy our God Squad conversations under the trees, in the swing, in the sun bubble. We don't have to move far or do much to be in our appreciation, in our open hearts, and our connections with the divine flow of all of it. What I have found is by scaling everything back, I appreciate everything so much more. The little things, they really aren't so little. The subtle things, not so subtle. I'm grateful to know this. It may have taken me some time to get here, but here I am. So as you listen along and follow along curiously and think whatever it is that you're thinking about the way that I live, I invite you to explore your open heart and ask yourself, am I living the most authentic version of my own life? Don't try to replicate anyone else's. This journey for me has been such a unique one, handcrafted, each detail, each piece of it, in my soul plan. It may feel like I've been doing it out here in the dreamscape, but it's always been determined that this would be the way of it. And that's how I live in the flow now. Whatever arises is loved. Whatever leaves is loved. Whatever is experienced is loved. Even and always. All things, always. Speak to those that you love as if it's your last conversation. Let them know how much they mean to you. Tell them you love them as often as you can, whether it's in your words, which I love less. I prefer it to be in your behaviors. I always told Declan when he was growing up, don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me you're sorry. Don't tell me you're working on that. Show me. Show me. I don't need your words. Whatever happened in the past, I have already let that burn in the fire. So arise and show me your love. Show me you're sorry. Show me you're here. And now that's the place I live from. I like to think of it as authentic. I like to think of it as wholesome. I like to think of it as stillness. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. It's humble. It's not much, but it's everything to me. Much love. Until next time.